Okay, so this recording is going to show you how to find the standard equation of a circle when you're given the endpoints of the diameter. So recall that in order to write the standard form equation of a circle, we have to have two things. We have to have the center and we have to have the radius. They gave us neither of those things. So basically what we're looking at here is we need to find the center and we need to find the radius based on the information that they gave us. So we're going to have to use some things from math that we've been given in the past. So this is basically what we're dealing with here. We have, no, these aren't to scale, obviously, but if you're given the endpoints of the diameter, you're given two ends. We need the center, which, how would we find the center between 2 points? We find the midpoint. Okay, so to find the center, we're going to find the midpoint of these 2 points. Okay, the second question is how would we find the radius? Well, the radius is going to be the distance between our center and either point on the edge of the circle. Okay, so let's start by finding the center and then we'll find our radius. The formula for the midpoint of 2 points in a plane is x plus x divided by 2. It's basically the average, gives you the middle value. So that's what we're doing. We add two values, we divide them by 2. Notice it's a point, x comma y is what our answer is going to look like. So we just go ahead and add -3 plus 1, the x value from each point, divided by 2. Our y values were 2 and 4. Divided by 2. So our center, we clean it up here. Our center is going to be at -1, 3. Okay? Now we have to find the radius. Okay? So with radius, we need the distance between the center, which is at -1, 3. We just found that. And either of these 2 points on the edge of the circle, you can pick whichever point you would like to use. I'm going to use the point 1, 4. Okay, notice that was one of the points they gave us that was on the edge of the circle. Now, we need the distance between those 2 points. So let's recall the distance between 2 points is given by x minus x squared plus y minus y squared, and we take the square root of that. So that's what we're going to do. So our x values are -1 minus +1 squared, plus, let's subtract our y values, 3 minus 4 squared. And simplify those a little. We have -2 squared plus -1 squared, or 4 plus 1. So our radius is the square root of 5. So now we have the 2 parts that we need in order to write the standard equation of this circle. We have the center, which is at -1, 3. We found that by doing the midpoint of these points they gave us. The radius is the square root of 5. We found that by taking our center and doing the distance from the center from really either of those points, you would get the same answer. Let's write down the equation for our circle. It's x minus the x value of our center, which is -1 squared, plus y minus the y value of our center, which is 3 squared, equals our radius, which is the square root of 5 squared. And we just finish that off. Minus -1, we're going to write that as x plus 1 squared, y minus 3, nothing to simplify there, and square root of 5 squared is just 5. So there you have it. That would be the standard equation for the circle with endpoints of the diameter on -3, 2, and 1, 4. Right, here is one more example of that type of problem. This one has some fractions involved. Sometimes those can get a little hairy, so I decided to do an example of those just to get you through one. So here we go. Again, we're given the endpoints of the diameter. Now, in order to write the equation, we need the center and the radius. So, first thing we're going to do is find the center. Again, the center is going to be the midpoint of these two, the point right in the center of them, because the center is in the center of a diameter. And to find that, you add the x values and divide by 2, and you add the y values and divide by 2. So up here we have 1/3 minus 2/3, or plus a negative 2/3 is a negative 1/3 divided by 2, and negative 1 plus 2 is 1 divided by 2. Well, we can't leave it that way. We do negative 1/3 divided by 2 gives us negative 1/6, and we're just going to leave this as 1/2 here. So there's our center. So we're off to a good start. Now we need to find the radius. Well, the radius is going to be the distance from our center, which we just found was negative 1/6, 1/2, to any point on the edge of that circle. Let's say, and you could pick either of the two they gave you. I'm going to go with negative 2/3, 2 this time. Okay, again, we want to find the distance, so we use the distance formula with these points. We subtract our x values, negative 1/6 minus negative 2/3 squared, plus, let's subtract our y values, 1/2 minus 2 squared. Minus a negative makes this a plus in the center here. So if we do negative 1/6 plus 2/3, we get 1/2. And over here, 1/2 minus 2 gives us negative 3/2. We're going to go ahead and square those. 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. And negative 3/2 times negative 3/2 is 9/4. If we add those together, 1/4 plus 9/4 gives us 10/4. Our radius is the square root of 10 over 4, which would actually be the square root of 10. You can separate numerator and denominator and take their square roots separately. So we get the square root of 10 over 2. So we have our center and our radius. Now let's put it into the standard form of the equation of a circle. Okay, so we do x minus the x value of the center, which was negative 1/6 squared, plus y minus 1/2 squared equals the square root of 10/2, that entire value squared. And then we just want to go ahead and clean that up because we had an x minus 1/6 there. Okay, so that would give us x plus 1/6, get a better color, plus y minus 1/2 squared. Now the square root of 10 over 2 squared, root 10 squared is 10 and 2 squared is 4, so we can do a bit more simplification. Notice 10/4 if I reduce that, so I'm just going to erase that and go ahead and reduce. It gives me 5/2. So there we have it. The standard form of this equation would be x plus 1/6 squared plus y minus 1/2